Graham, fixture release day. We now know who and when we're going to be playing during the upcoming season. We know our EFL Trophy draw as well. We know who we're facing in round one of the Carabao Cup. Always a big day in the build up to the new season. Your reaction to today's news?
Yeah, I think, like you say, I think it really focuses the mind on what's ahead. There's a bit of a lull in between the seasons, and maybe looking back a little bit too much up until this point. I think now we know who we've got to play in all the competitions. It gives us a real sort of focal point to direct all our energies and our focus to, and so I think it's a really exciting day, I think, for everyone, because it's for me, I've been here 3 or 4 weeks, and it's given me valuable time to sort of get to know people behind the scenes. But I'm itching to get my grass time with the players now, and that will start on Monday. But giving us the fixtures sort of triggers that off, and some tough fixtures that we know, certainly at the start of the season, but hopefully the opponents are thinking that too.
Obviously, we've known for some time who we're going to be playing in League Two next season, but how much do you put into when and where you have to go at certain times of the season? Does it matter too much, or is it a case of you're going to have to face both teams twice?
I think that it's that. I think you keep it simple. I think at the end of the day, if you prioritise what's difficult and what's not, I think you're in the wrong division or wrong sport, because every week you got to have full focus and be humble enough to know that you have to work exceptionally hard. You have to prepare and plan exactly the same for all the games. You're going to have games where it's a tough journey, it's a tough opponent on a certain day, the games are together, but that's what pre-season is for, and that's why when you sign in players, you look at the person, the character, and you build that up, because it's not going to go all your way. You have to overcome so many different hurdles along the way. If you just pick and choose when you think it's good for you, then you're not going to be successful. So we have to be prepared to overcome any challenge at any point across the whole 10 months that we'll play for, and make sure we win enough games to be successful. So I start with a mindset that we prepare for everything, and whatever's get thrown at us, we're prepared enough and mentally tough enough to overcome it. So for me, the game one is a brilliant test for that. It's I think it's an exciting one. I think there's a massive spotlight on Wrexham. They will be the favourites for promotion with what they have and what they've done. But there's a lot of clubs in our division that have the same sort of ambitions, and we're certainly one of those. And so it's a great one to start with. I think it focuses everyone's mind on what an exciting season it could be.
Absolutely, and focusing on the cups as well. The trophy gives you 2 tests against League One opposition, or Northampton, who we're going to have here at Stephen Kenner friendly as well in the lead up to the season. But 2 League One tests there, a really strong youth side as well in Chelsea, and then another League One test in the Carabao Cup. So you talked about it early on, especially. There's going to be some real benchmarks for your side to see where they're at after they get through this pre-season period.
Yeah, and even if you look at pre-season, we've got Coventry, Championship club, just been knocking on the door of the Premier League, and then Northampton have just won promotion from this division, so that gives us a marker point as well, and they're 2 fantastic opportunities to prepare for the Wrexham game. But if we just think we have to get one result over the course of this season and we'll be successful, then we're wrong. We have to play everybody. We have to take up points from every opponent if we can, and those challenges are going to come in different shapes and sizes. So the cup's brilliant. I love that. I love that trophy. Got to the final with Salford with it, and we were a League Two team then. It was our first ever season in the league, and we got to the final, and unfortunately didn't get to play the final because of COVID. But I always use it as a great opportunity for players that are not playing regular in the league or even the prior game. But we put the strongest team out possible, because we want to win every game we can. It's I think there's a momentum, a mentality that you have to have, and you can't turn it on and off. So if you're going out to train every day, you want to win. Whichever competition you're playing in, you want to win. So that's what the mentality we have to have. So League One opposition, Championship opposition in pre-season, we've got to go out there and get that winning mentality back.
You alluded to it earlier. Fixture release day feels like the start of the new season, doesn't it? Now you know officially when and where you're going to be playing everyone. But work's been happening already in the build-up to the new season. Obviously, you mentioned 3 or 4 weeks. You've been in a job, 4 signings in through the door, starting to put together your team. Are you pleased with the work that's been done so far, and how much else are you looking to do in the build up to the new season?
Yeah, we're really pleased with what we've done. There was spaces in the team and the squad which we needed to fill with good quality. There's others where we have to fill with competition. We have a certain profile of player that we want to sign right now, and certainly with the three of them, the senior ones, we've hit that target. These were guys that had other really good options and some in a level above, but they saw what we were trying to do here, so that gives me great confidence in those guys are here for the right reasons. And then we've got a young goalkeeper in as well to compete with Craig in Nathan. So I think what we've done so far sort of sets a marker point for what we're trying to do. I would like to think the other players in the squad already here will look at those players and think we're already a better unit. That's before we've obviously kicked a ball. But yeah, the work's been going on for myself, with Liam, with the analysis guys and the chairman. It's a collaborative sort of way of working where we have to have that. I have to have that support. It's not just on my shoulders. It can't be just on Liam's. It can't just be on the chairman's. The team that's on the pitch, there's always a team behind it, and I fully believe in that. So we pull all our skill sets together to get the best players possible. But I'm quite clear in the profile of player that I feel will help create a successful team. And I think we ticked those boxes with the first 4 signings, and there will be more to come. We've still got, at the moment, we've got quite a full squad now because we've brought 4 players in. But I want to use the first couple of weeks of pre-season really to assess players that are already here. I've seen them play. I know my team's playing against them, but until you get to know the personality and the character, and those sort of personal attributes, you don't really know a player. So I really want to get my teeth into that in the first couple of weeks before we make any big decisions on incomings. But we're in a position, I feel, where we can be disciplined with our recruitment and get the players that we've already identified in profile and not have any sort of panic up with. It's not, I think mistakes will be made in that sort of situation, but we're all aligned behind the scenes that that's how we have to go about our business.
Well, you're certainly going to get to know your players during pre-season with what I'm sure they'll be put through as they go through their first couple of weeks, building up the fitness ahead of the new season. I know football's changed somewhat in terms of what people already saw 10, 20 years ago, probably when you started playing football, pre-season looked like on the first game, but still a lot of hard work to come for these boys when they come back in on Monday.
Yeah, I think until we're too old to play professional football and we're playing walking football, then unfortunately running is a part of this sport, and that's at the top level. And I'm not even talking about League 2, League 1. I'm talking about Man City's and Liverpool's. They got the fittest players in the world playing top football. So we have to be humble enough to know that we have to tick every box. And I said it earlier, I think in another occasion, that when we're looking at players, we're not going to get the full package, the full spectrum in one individual, but we have to get it in the team. So we have to tick off the physicality, the energy, the legs, the skills, the goal scoring skills, the keeping out the net skill, all that thing. It has to come into the pot. But for me, you can't play football and successful football if you're not fit. And so it's things do change in the game, how you go about things, the concepts, but there's still 2 goals, 11 players on each team and 1 ball. So that aspect hasn't changed for 150 years, and it's still a physical running sport. So the players will work hard. They'll 100% feel the benefits of that. If they don't want to work hard, then they're in the wrong club with the wrong ambition. But I think we've got good characters in there already, and I think we've added to that. And I think they'll see the benefits of being as fit as they possibly can, because we want to play good football, we want to play attacking football. But if you're not fit enough to run, make angles and to press the opposition and go from one end to the other to score a goal or to prevent a goal, then we're going to fail. And that's not what we're here to do. So the players will understand that. My teams in the past and have all been organised and fit and won things and been successful. So that's the target here. So I'm not going to lie and pretend it's not going to be tough. But 100% at the end of it, after 6 weeks, we'll know who's ready to be successful for us. We know the ones that will be here then will be as fit as they possibly can, and they'll have been tested mentally as well. So when we go wherever it is on a Tuesday in November or in January, and that, we'll be mentally ready for that challenge.
as well as the physical work that will no doubt come, pre-season is always a good opportunity for a squad to come together. And you've talked a lot about building a squad, building a team going into the new season, and with some new faces in the building, and even the players from last season as well, a chance to get together and build the stuff off the pitch as well as on the pitch, which pre-season allows you to do.
100%. It's such an important time, pre-season. It gives you an uninterrupted period where you haven't got competitive games. You've got friendlies and everything like that, but you haven't got competitive games, so you've got that 6-week period to really get your base in. On the physical side, the mental side, the togetherness. You don't achieve anything as an individual in this sport. What I love about this sport is it's a team game on and off the pitch. So the relationships we build off the pitch strengthen what we do on it, and there has to be a trust there. There has to be an honesty, a dedication, and a sort of brotherhood to each other. So we're all in it together, and but that takes a lot of work to bring together. We need everybody to do that. Me, my staff, the players that we have, everyone that has to contribute to that, and we make sure everyone contributes and feels a real significant part of that. When we get out into the games, the supporters become a part of that group as well. So it's a great time. I love pre-season because it's sort of pure. It's pure when you can really just work with the players, but the organisational, the tactical side that we have to obviously imprint on the team, so the players are really aware of what we want in and out of possession. So there's a lot of work to be done, but we've done it before. Obviously, the players will be expecting it. But what gives me great confidence is we've got a really talented group of players here. So there's no doubt that the talent is there. I think we have to sort of assess now is the desire there and that group ethic to go and be successful. But my feeling is that will happen. We've had it before. I think we'll have it again. But it's down to each individual's character. But they'll enjoy it. I've never met a footballer that doesn't want to be a part of a good group with good people around him. And that's not being, everyone's best mate all the time. It's building all that trust so you can be honest with each other. And that honesty is coming from a place of trust, a place of love, which isn't spoken about in football terms, but it is. It's like a family. You have to create a family with a lot of individuals, but that's what we'll do.
And I imagine you're just itching to get on the pitch. You talked about wanting, really excited about getting the opportunity to get back into coaching, head coaching, management. Excited to get to work here as well, and next week's going to be your first opportunity to get back to doing what you love, and that's coaching the boys on the pitch. You must be so excited.
Yeah, I think the last 3 or 4 weeks it's just been in an office or on the phone. I don't feel like a football manager. I feel like like a club secretary or a businessman or whatever it is, and that's not really me. I'm a coach. I need to be out on the grass and everything. So yesterday went up to the training ground with Liam and Simon, and it looked like this. It was the water was on it, the lines were on it, and I was just like that. So I was going, oh right, we're really close now, and then like we sit here next to the pitch. The pitch looks amazing, and that's where my home is. That's where players' homes are, and it's my favourite part of my job. So I know all the stuff that I've had to prepare for up until this point is necessary. So I commit to that. But where I get my joy and my enjoyment from is being on that training pitch with players and seeing them go through the things I did for many years as a player and trying to help them achieve what they want to do as individuals, but part of a team group and bring a success to MK Dons. So that's when the real work starts, because that's where games are won. There's a lot of work that goes off the pitch, but unless you don't do it right on the grass, then you're wasting your time. So yeah, really excited about it.
You mentioned Stadium MK, you mentioned the pitch. We are sitting here. Wrexham, you talked about being the most important game, of course, the next one, but you must have Wycombe and Tranmere circled as well from a personal point of view, and from a team point of view. The first game here at Stadium MK, Tranmere being the first league game here at Stadium MK, and first chance for you, some of the new players to see the fans for the first time. That'll be a special occasion. Yeah,
definitely. I think my last job, when I went up to Motherwell, it was during COVID, so I didn't get to see the supporters for the first 8 months while I was there, which was really frustrating, because we had a really successful time there, but it was difficult for them to buy into. So starting afresh here in pre-season, then obviously into the league, will be great. It's I want it to feel like a fresh start. I think there's an energy that supporters can bring to a team, and we have to tap into that and harness it and attach it to the football side of it, because it's a two-way street. You know, we have to give them something to be excited about and cheer, and we need their support at times where it might be frustrating for us. So it's a partnership. They're part of the team, and we need to sort of galvanise that as quickly as possible. So I'm really looking forward to it. We had a great one at the Fixtures breakfast this morning. You know, meeting some supporters there. You know, face to face. I think it's always a really valuable experience for me as a manager or players if they get that opportunity. So we'll be doing lots of that during the season. But yeah, it's so exciting, the whole sort of environment at the moment.